appears to be some of Madame Strigoi personal effects.
Looks like junk to me.
You see junk, but I see potential bat beaters.
I think she's starting to like me.
Oh yeah, I sense it. Hello, little odds and ends. What keeps you hanging out here on such a cold and snowy night?
I'm pretty sure it's those ropes.
That's too much stuff to carry around. Besides, I'm not sure I need it all. It's an open window. I shall call you Winnie's a window. Do you always stay open this late, Winnie?
More importantly, at what hour does she stop serving drinks?
This abominable curse has already closed too many windows of opportunity in my life. I can't bear to close another. It looks like a pentagram, the sign of evil magic, sorcery, demonology, and heavy metal.
Junk, 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 junk.
Starlight, star bright, first pentagram I see tonight. No, I can't really pick that up. It's an ugly-looking gargoyle carving.
Ugly? This coming from Miss Emaciated 1895? Hey, go eat a sandwich and wash it down with a big glass of shut the hell up!
Why am I not surprised he can speak a language?
I'm surprised you're smart enough to speak your own language.
Hello up there!
Beat it, would you? You are really annoying.
Brother, she hasn't even begun to get annoying.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Quiet, both of you! Before I chop you into kindling and feed you to Inky.
Go!
I never commit vandalism. Except for that one time.
Plus, I'll bite your friggin' hand off. Now beat it, sister.
It says, Madame Strigoi, knower of all things unknown, astrology, palm reading, fortune-telling, and lotto numbers. So why do you just hang around all the time?
Yeah, son, you should get off your hinges once in a while and live a little. Plus, you're starting to get a little round in the middle.
Why would I want to vandalize Madame Stragoy's placard?
Why wouldn't you? That woman is a screechy old hag.
Touch that sign back and I'll replace it with you!
Gulp.
When are you going to learn? I pine for that tree.
Oh, that was bad. Even for you.
I pine for you. Too heavy. Plus, I don't do manual labor. It's my former prison, Castle Varg. Castle Varg, you stink, and I hope you crumble, and catch fire, and get some sort of castle disease, and go bald, and break your hip.
You know you're insulting a castle, right? A castle.
And I hope you get cirrhosis. I'm not that strong. It's a three-legged sitting device used to hold up people's backsides.
Somewhere, somebody is playing the piano standing up.
Hi, stool. I'm going to name you Stoolie the Stool. How are you, Stoolie? Stoolie is kind of shy.
Have you gone batty? You're talking to an inanimate object. Are you that starved for conversation?
Maybe if I had some actual interaction with an adult once in a while, I wouldn't be so starved for conversation. Instead of stimulating conversation, all I get to do is banter with some smart-aleck flying rodent whose primary concern is...
Shh! You're scaring Stoolie.
I don't like to touch other people's stool. I'm no scientist, but it appears to be some sort of chemical reaction used to transform organic matter into heat and light.
And to roast marshmallows.
Hi, Mr. Fire. I am going to call you Flaming Lift Fire, the hottest flames that ever burned. For some reason, I can never warm my hands. They're always cold. Odd. It's a very hot pot of, I assume, stew of some kind?
Like my mama always said, as long as you add enough spices, you can't taste the horse meat.
Mr. Kettle, I am going to call you Carrie Kettle, the loneliest kettle of all, who yearns to be a real live washtub until one enchanted night the utensil fairy floats down from the blue comet and gives him 3 wishes and...
Oh, God! Would you just shut up?
My, you do get a bit grumpy, don't you? Hi there, Carrie Kettle. Grumpy gargoyle. Too hot! Okay, it wouldn't hurt me, but really, what am I gonna do with that? So I'll just leave it alone. It's a soup ladle for this stew-like substance that I think is supposed to be food.
Smells good to me.
You are so not French.
I am so happy about that.
Ladle, 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 I made you out of clay. Ladle, 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 with ladle I shall play. Not hungry. It's a sleeping constable.
Your first victim.
Victim? I didn't attack him. I just borrowed some thing from him that made him sleep deeply for a while. Otto, are you okay?
Oh.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Yes, well, now that the constable is, resting quietly, I'll take my coffin back to Madame Strigoi camp. The crosses on the gravestone, they hurt. I can't seem to approach them.
Oh, boy. I was afraid of this. You're not going to be able to walk through the graveyard with all those crosses everywhere.
It's a picnic table. What are all those things sitting on the table? Are those teeth from one of the dead bodies?
No, that's just a few leftover pieces of corn.
Oh, yes, I see. And that must be a piece of hot dog.
No, I'm pretty sure that's actually a finger.
Oh, gross! Picnic table? I am just not sure I agree with the idea of having you in a graveyard. In many ways, I believe it is inappropriate and perhaps disrespectful. No way! Too heavy! It says, don't feed the ghouls. Don't worry, I won't. I can't really talk to that. No. The sign says, for whom does the bell toll? It tolls for me. Ring bell for service. Sincerely, Proprietor Dan Smith. Well, at least it appears that Mr. Smith has a sense of humor. I don't talk to things like that. I think this sign serves an important service, so I'll leave it be. It's a bell. The sign says we should ring it for service.
You should ring that bell. Ring that bell.
Let me give this bell a ring and see if anybody's home. No luck. He must not be here.
That might be a good thing. I imagine it would be awkward to explain why we're out here in the middle of the night trying to retrieve a box of your grave dirt.
Excuse me, Belle, but for whom do you toll?
Mona, you're not supposed to ask it. Ask not, ask not.
It's the crosses in the graveyard. I can't approach them. They hurt me. Cross, why do you burn me when I get close to you?
It's just like at the castle when Shroudy was holding the boat oars up. Since we don't have an animated golem anymore, we're gonna have to find a different way to deal with him.
Even if I had something to smash them with, I wouldn't be able to get close enough to touch them. I'm going to have to find another way to deal with them. It's a swing set. Kids like to play on them.
Empty swing set? You kinda creep me out.
You think because empty swing sets often represent vacancy, loss, loneliness, or sometimes even the apocalypse itself?
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. Can we? Can we please?
Sorry, Frederick, but we just don't have the time.
I never get to do anything.
It's a sign for the graveyard, and apparently picnic grounds, too. Hello, sign. Why are you representing the graveyard picnic grounds? I think that would make for some uncomfortable situations. People come to mourn the dead, but are suddenly accosted by the smell of cooking hot dogs or an errant volleyball.
True, but it might also give you some more options in terms of services. Funerals can be pretty depressing, but a combination funeral and croquet tournament? Now you're talking.
Though it does seem a little odd to combine a graveyard with a picnic area, I don't think this sign deserves to be pulled down.
I don't know. They might work pretty well together. In either case, people are dying to get in here.
It's the caretaker's office for the graveyard.
You were gonna find your grave. That's where we need to go. The caretaker has to have a map of the graveyard available.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Guess not.
I'm strong, but not that strong. It's a volleyball net. No, boring conversationalist that.
If Shroudy were here, maybe we could settle our differences with the game.
Do you think you could take him?
I would totally own his butt.